Good evening and welcome back to the Artistic Realm. Mark Twain once said that the...
Well, in our visual arts class right now, we are learning the basic elements of art, which are like colors and other textures, learning textures, and one of the things we're learning is how to do smudging art. And basically you're learning to shade darker areas and make other areas lighter to show how light hits it and affects it. And then what you're going to do is you take a charcoal pencil and you basically color in the darker areas, and then you take it and you smudge the area out and making it, hence the smudge art, making it slowly lighter as you get along to where light hits it.
Hi, my name is Amy McCormick and I am Secretary of Chorus. As Secretary, it is my job to make sure that all of the music is in its proper boxes and is locked away in its proper position in the music closet. I'm also in charge of punching holes in all the music for us to stick in our binders, and I'm just pretty much supposed to keep track of the music in general.
Hi, my name is Ashton Boatwright. I'm the treasurer of the choral program. I handle most of the funds that the chorus will use for trips or just basic things that may help the chorus.
Our upcoming concert will be on October 19th, and while it doesn't have a set theme, our masterwork will be Fauré's Requiem. A requiem is a funeral song written just after someone's died. This requiem has 7 movements to it, which is pretty much like 7 songs mixed together. It is completely in Latin, and it entitles a lot of different moods, and the requiem has many different movements. Some of the more popular movements are the Pie Jesu and the Kyrie. Some less popular movements are the Agnus Dei, which is kind of popular, and the offertory.
We're doing other pieces in our concert. We're doing an African processional and a piece called The Awakening. The Awakening is a really powerful piece. It's The Awakening is a piece that starts off very slow and mellow and then gets very big and elaborate. It's a very big attention grabber, and we do it very well.
Gabriel Fauré began work on his Requiem in 1887, purely in his own words, for the pleasure of it. Though the death of his father in 1885 and of his mother 2 years later may well have given impetus to the composition, it was at the time choirmaster at the fashionable church of the Madeleine in Paris, and gradually gaining a reputation as a composer, though much of his time was taken up with private teaching which he found uncongenial. He completed his first version of the Requiem in early 1888, and the first performance took place under his direction on January 16th of that year. The occasion was the funeral service at the Madeleine of a certain M. Joseph Le Souffèche. This first version, the only one for which any manuscripts survive, consisted of 5 movements.
Welcome back to the Artistic Realm. I'm here today with Miss Mary Kroc, who is the former director of the CCHS Drama Department, and she has also had a great influence on bringing the dance program into our school. So she's going to share a little bit with us today.
Thank you, Dowling. As Dowling said, I was a drama teacher here at Camden County High School from 2004 until last Christmas time when I retired. I had been a technical director of a fine arts academy outside of Atlanta, Georgia for 25 years before I came down here, and I had experience there with all aspects of the arts. And when I started teaching here at Camden County, there was a great deal of discussion about a fine arts academy, and I knew that you couldn't have a fine arts academy and not include dance. So I started getting my act together, so to speak, and trying to find out how you went about adding a class into the curriculum here at CCHS.
All right, so what benefits do you believe it would have on the students to add a dance program?
Well, certainly there's athletics that is involved in a dance program, so you're getting physical activity, you're getting a great deal of discipline, self-discipline, when you have to learn the different dances that are being taught in the dance program. There's a tremendous amount of camaraderie that is developed in a class like this because people don't sit in a desk. They're up and about and moving and getting along and learning how to work in groups. And these are all life skills that are very necessary in all aspects of life, not just in the arts. But it's the arts that trains us in these areas that makes us much better, gives us better people skills.
And what steps did you have to take in order to push forward with the dance program and get it involved in the curriculum?
It was very difficult for me to find out how to do that, but I got involved with one of the committees here at the high school that writes the student handbook that describes all the courses, the course outline book. And as we were writing the course outlines, I figured out how they add a new class into that book. And once the class is in the book, they have to figure out how to make it work. So I wrote a course outline. I got a ton of books from my daughter-in-law, who is a dancer choreographer, and put together a small curriculum that could be followed just so that it would be listed in the course outline guide. And once that was done and approved by the committee, we got it in the guide. Then students knew that it was going to be available and they signed up. And they signed up like crazy. There was a tremendous interest in this program. The first time the class was offered, there were over 97 people who signed up. Yes, it was a big turnout. And that's just because there was interest in people wanting to dance. So there was a desire, there was a need, there was academic importance in the whole project, and all then we needed was approval from the Board of Education so that they could pay a teacher to do the job. And that happened because of the student interest. So the students actually played the biggest part in the whole process of getting the class put in place. And I think that they still do. They're the driving force behind keeping the class in place and making sure that this offering is available to our Fine Arts Academy.
And now, due to those hundreds of interested students, now any student in high school can have the opportunity to be in the dance program. So thank you very much, and thank you for sparking that interest in us.
My pleasure, Dowling. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, I'm here with Ms. Holden, our new dance instructor here at Camden County High School, and she's going to tell us a little bit about herself and what drew her to dancing.
Well, I grew up dancing. I started when I was 3, and it just kind of spiraled out of control from there. And I went to Brenau University in Gainesville, Georgia, and obtained my dance education degree, and now I'm here.
All right, and how did you find out about the job at Camden, and what brought you specifically to Camden County High School?
Actually, one of my really good friends who I've danced with went to Brenau with me, and she told me about the job here. And so I called Dr. Slusser, and we started talking, and then I came for the interview, and it just kind of happened. So here I am.
And what classes do you teach, and how is it hard, like, working with a program that's new to the school?
I teach 2 Jazz 1 classes and then a Jazz 2 class this semester. And the next semester I will hopefully have a Jazz 1, a Jazz 2, and a Jazz 3-4. And it is kind of because not a lot of people understand that, you know, there's more than just dancing around. I have homework and lecture and all that stuff, and so it's a little bit difficult, but overall I think it's going really, really well.
All right, well, thank you very much for coming to talk to us today. Thank you.